and welcome back to another episode of Empires of the Ants! And today, I have a very, very special episode because this was against a player who goes by L Artiste N10, and they are the highest rank that you can get, the same as me, and they are like the best player in the game, I'm pretty sure, one of the best players in the game. Because, well, we'll find out. So, I went into this thinking, oh, yes, finally, a good player, or at least a good ranked player, because normally I'm against silvers or, you know, other people that don't initially right off the bat say, watch out, be worried. So, we do 2 matches here. This is the first one on Deadly Sands. Now, each player starts out with only 1 nest, so there's a lot of different ways that a match like this can go. And of course, the way you play is you take a nest, and then you take another nest, and you expand out, and so on and so forth. And I've been playing this, I sort of took a break. There he is, El Artiste N10. I actually took a picture of his profile just on the side of my screen here, because I was not going to remember that for the life of me. So, yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. Really interesting, both these matches. Because this one especially took me by surprise. I had no idea to expect this strategy from him. And as of recording this, it's Christmas just gone, New Year's gone, and the player base seems to have got a little bit of a resurgence. It was a bit stagnant, and then we had an update. We've also been shown that there is a plan for the next year, meaning, or at least they've shown that there's going to be new ants, there's going to be new units, or at least another legion or something. So we've got assurance that, you know, this is going to see updates in the future. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going with my normal sort of strategy here. What I did notice right away was that he went for gunners. Now my build here is starting with warriors, and then my special unit is, or my uber unit is the hornets, and my support unit is the snail. Because I actually saw the snail used way better than I could have imagined in a previous game, so I thought I would definitely take that back. So I'm looking to see what he's doing, and I see him going for the resource, the extra resource there, which I found fascinating, because I would have normally went for my own 50 resources, but obviously he's played this a lot, and he knows exactly, like, this guy has this strategy down 100%. So he's going for his extra resources, and I'm thinking, well, I definitely don't see another legion out. So he's not sped that up, he's saving resources, and he's also not getting a second nest, but instead getting 50 more resources. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now maybe that was just a case of, you know, this is in front of the other nest to take. So it would make sense for him to just take it because it's the next one. But what I did is I walked my warriors around that resource to get to a third nest quick. Because I thought, or my thinking is, and usually this would work, get your legions out as quickly as possible, get as many nests as quickly as possible, get the upgrades for the resources, the mushroom and the pinecone farm, and that way, you know, you're getting your resources faster than the other player, you're getting your legions faster and cheaper if you have to end up speeding them up. So here I am, I'm getting into my third nest, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy's a legend or a diamond or whatever? How? I mean, this was a couple of days ago when I recorded this one, because I just won a couple of games and thought to myself, okay. Now, I don't enjoy having these games consistently, ones where I have to really try hard. I quite like having a variety of different player skills, but ones where I feel like my heart is racing, my heart's in my mouth when I'm playing, because I'm a nerd. So now I decide, you know what? I've got my extra power. I'm going to get this quicker than him. And I'll also save, you know. And I accidentally didn't put that on my warriors, which was very stupid. So I go for my 2 powers as well, which is Rage and the Toxic Spores. And I think, you know, I should have got that a little bit quicker. But now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I've got the resource. I've got an extra nest. And I just seem to be doing better than what he's doing. I think he's getting his third nest now, where I've already got it, and I've also already got the resource. So I've got nothing to worry about. I've got my 3rd Legion on the way, getting cheaper by the second. And yet I don't see any presence from him. And I see something over there. I'm like, ooh, something moved. Something ran away over there. So that could be a little bit alarming. But it could, maybe he lost a Legion? Possible. So I think to myself, maybe he's trying a strategy of going around the back. And I see him over there, and I'm like, oh, okay, so he might have just got a nest on everything. Okay, right, here we go. Get the workers, put them on the apple, get some extra resources, and defend my nest. Because I don't know what strategy this guy's got going, but I know that there is another nest over here, right next to me. And maybe I should have went for that one quicker, but I didn't. And there we go. I see what he's doing. He's got his gunners, and I'm hoping that they're very weak. And I see one that is weak. I'm like, ha ha! Checkmate! And that's 1 Legion destroyed. And what I'm also hoping is that once that Legion dies, he'll not realize that the stink beetles or flame beetles, whatever they're called, are out of combat, and they'll start healing. Because gunners have to be, or something has to be in range or in combat for them to be shooting. So I think, there you go, they've scattered. I'm like, yes, get in. So now they're recovering health, and I'm sort of, he's down a Legion. He's down a whole Legion, guys. We got this. We got this. And I'm on defensive, and I'm also getting my 4th nest. So, and yeah, he doesn't realize they're no longer being attacked. Or, they're no longer attacking that and getting extra resources. So at this point, I'm getting my 4th nest. I'm getting apple from as well. And there I go. Here he is. He's coming over, and he does join the battle for that other resources, and he does get it, but I delayed him somewhat. And I put both my my armies here, thinking, yes, we got this. And maybe if I had an idea about the strategy, and there we go. Very dangerous. I put the tier 2 upgrade, which is very expensive, on an outlying nest. I now know not to do this. Very silly of me. But there you go, he has his thing, he's down a Legion, and yeah, he's got an extra 50 resources on me, but I've got a nest, right? Like, I've got a whole nest on top of him. And I know how important the nest in the middle is. So I started to think to myself, should I? Once the workers have dropped off the apple, I'll send everyone into the middle. Have a look to see what he's doing. Okay, yeah, he's getting that. And he's only got 1 Legion out. Whereas I've got 3. One's healing, one's getting resources. I'm doing way better than this guy. Right? And I'm just waiting to get the tier 2, and then I'll get my hornets up. And we'll be great. So now with that all being said, I'm just going to jump into the middle. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh no, I accidentally get workers. Do I realize that? Oh no, I did mean to do that. Because I'm thinking to myself, why don't I just get another set of workers since I've got nothing to worry about at the moment? I'll get another pair of workers, and then 2 workers can be on the apple, and then I've got warriors and gunners against anything that he's going to throw at me, and I should be safe by this. There he goes, he's running over to that nest there. I now know why he did that. Very interesting. He's going over there, so again, I feel like only has 3 nests, and I'm getting my 5th nest. 5th. Like, woo! And there he goes. He's running around. I see him there. I see him. He's running over to my other nest. I think he's checking it out. Maybe he got spies or something. I'm not too sure, but he could. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And I'm getting my toxic spores back. I've got my rage here. We're doing really freaking well. And I want to watch this as well, because it's been a while since I played this game. But I remember thinking, I'll save this. I'll save this, because I can, we'll see how it goes. And there we go. Hornets in the middle again. No, not the best of strategy to put a unit that you really want to save or like a very expensive resource out on the outskirts. You want to put, and I'm like, oh my god. Uh-oh. So he's gone for my nest that I put my tier 2 upgrade on, which is very not good. Very not good. So I decide to, I think I call this one quits, this guy. I'm thinking to myself, wait, I've got my hornets here. I should stay here. But I want this. I'm like, you know what? You can take it. And at this point, I've completely forgotten that I have it, my tier 2 in there. And then when I'm still waiting for 100, I'm like, come on, then we can speed up our hornets, and we got this. I didn't have any Legion on there. Or I did, sorry, but it hadn't been made. I'm like, yes, 100. Wait, what? Oh. 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 Yeah, you see me literally stop. Because I'm like, oh, that spy. Oh, no. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I can speed up my Hornets halfway, and that's it. That's all I can speed up. You know, these guys are getting in here, but if I get attacked here and I haven't got these ones ready, this is not looking good. And he's, you know, I've got 4 nests, but he also has 4 nests now. But he did not just throw away 80 resources, 160 in total. And he's got a snail with this one as well. And I throw in some toxic spores here, and I'm thinking to myself, right, Hornets, in we get, destroy them. But they've got armor. I think that's possibly because of the snail. He could have also upgraded that nest to just give armor with the barracks there. And then he used the fear to absolutely decimate my troops. Now all I literally have is my Hornets. So an absolutely stellar move there from him. I put all my units together, and they're coming in to save the day against his, basically, 2 legions, I think, like a gunner and the beetles, because he didn't speed up anything. And if he did, it's miles away over that way. So it's, you know, going to take a while for it to come over to him. And just when I needed them, really when I needed them, and I'm thinking, oh god, I got max. Actually, I didn't even upgrade that. And there you go, rage on his beetles as well. And now I've only got 3 nests, he's got 5, and it is just climbing. And his snail comes over, and yes, he did have his defensive boost on his thing as well as a snail. And I've still got my gunners, they're still thinking, I'm like, okay, let's rage this, let's go. And he does another great strategy here of placing the snail on top of his nest. So what that means is that his snail would just sit there, and I can't attack the nest because his snail, all my legions, all my troops will go to that. Like, they'll attack his snail rather than attacking the nest, even though it's vulnerable right now. So it's not looking too great. I do have workers against his gunners, which is good. However, I'm about to lose. Yeah, there we go. And now he's lost. Yes, he's lost his beetles. He's lost his whatchamacallit. He's lost his gunners. But now he's just claimed that nest, and he knows that I've got Hornets, so he's got the gunners on the nest. So the gunners are attacking my Hornets, doing damage to them, and he's just got a snail sat on top of it, and I'm like, no, attack, ah, but they just go for the snail, and I've got nothing. I see gunners coming behind me. I'm like, well played, you little buggy. And now he's attacking my middle nest, and I'm like, okay, well, I can defend this, I guess. The good thing is about the Hornets is they're not affected against any powers. So he does have fear, but he can't get them away. And actually, that's a saving grace with Hornets that I completely forgot about. And also another good one is, unless there's flying units, when they're attacking, they gain health. So right now, they're not taking any damage. They're dealing damage and also regaining health very slowly. So I'm thinking it's salvageable. He has lost his tier 2. He's lost all legions now except for his and I see that and I go, oh. And I'm like, quickly! Defend! I need to keep this. But I've lost my warriors. It's just my workers attacking the snail. My gunners go. I put toxic spores down. I'm doing my best here. I'm fighting for my life. But it's at this point I see the writing on the wall. I can see it. Like, he's taken down my shield, and I'm only a quarter of the way through his health. I'm gonna lose this nest before I'm even close to killing these door beetles. And even if I do kill the door beetles, that nest is gone. The Hornets will slowly die off. And I've sent in some some workers to help, but they've already been feared. Like, he's went over to where my workers are, because I think they just killed the snail. Or, no, they moved off the snail to come here. And he's sabotaged them. So there's no backup coming. This is about to fall, and that is game. I call it down. I've never abandoned a mission, so like, where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. I've never cancelled. And because he's so good, I lose barely any rank. That's mental.
Round 2.
And on to match 2. Straight off the bat of the last one. Now, this is, I literally, an hour ago or so, I did this match. The giant boulders. One of my favorites to play. Now, I recognized him. Or at least I had a feeling of who this guy was. I thought to myself, I think I know what this guy's going to do. I think he's going to try and rush to tier 2 and get his door beetles as soon as possible. So, with that in mind, or at least it's a good strategy just to take into account, I go for fear here instead of toxic spores. Because I remember how good those were for him. So, I think, is that my mouse on screen? Oh yeah, it is my mouse on screen, my bad. Yeah, I get rid of it in a second. There we go. So, I've got a strategy on this one as well. I like to hunt out the targets, so I don't need to worry about getting them in the future. But I have a feeling that this guy... I can't see him attacking the nest there, but there he is. He's getting to it a little bit after me. Obviously, he's not... You know, he doesn't have the hotkeys, or not hotkeys down, or the strat down. This is so annoying. I hate this log. I'm like, oh God, for God's sake, I just want to have a look. Is he attacking his nest? Have I got breathing room? Is it the same guy? I don't know. And then I look down and I see gunners. Nobody ever starts with gunners, or very few people do. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely the same guy. And his strategy makes sense, right? Like, go get gunners, because the only thing he's got to worry about is supporting his door beetles, or whatever they're called. Schaefer beetles, sorry. So if he supports his Schaefer beetles with gunners, they can lock in things in front, then his gunners can hold up behind and shoot stuff, especially against hornets. Like, he's covering hornets, and he's putting all his resources into that. So, I'm worried. I have a feeling. I've got a bad feeling about this. So bad that I accidentally send my ants off that before they can kill it. I'm like, oh no. Maybe those seconds cost me. I don't know. I'm really not too sure. I go for wood here. I probably shouldn't have went for wood. I think I should have went for food. Especially knowing what I know now. But it's just what I'm used to. I go wood, food, wood, food, wood, food. But here, I should have known. And this is interesting. Instead of going for his safe nest, I see where he's going. And he's going for the one that is over there, like close to me. So because of that, I speed up my gunners and I want to get them on the field as quickly as possible. Because he's already got a counter. Like, his gunners are good against my warriors. So I'm worried. I'm thinking, well, out in the open, 1v1, he's got me. I can't do anything. So I ask my warriors to just hang back and wait for the gunners to come up. And my plan here is, you know, he can whittle down his health while he takes on that nest, but I'll swoop in and get him. And I see no backup, and I'm thinking, this is great. This is fantastic. So, I send in my warriors. And there it is. See, he's taking down the nest. He'll be losing health as well, which is good for me. And I ask them to attack him. But my warriors join in the fight. Now, if I leave them there, he'll win that nest because he does more damage. So actually, I wonder if there's a way for me to get around and lock him in combat. And there we go. So now we are locked in combat. Yes, it's unfortunate or unfavorable for me. And there's more gunners. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. This guy, yep, it's the same guy. So my warriors are getting decimated here. Absolutely decimated. So at this point, I mean, I got my workers for this reason. And I'm just hoping, you know, I'll keep them at bay. That nest will slowly get health back while my warriors die. And I don't know if he knows that I'm getting my workers. He might not know. So this is probably going to be good for me. So I'll send them around the outside. And also, I've just realized that the stinky bugs or beetles or whatever are losing health. Because he's actually attacking them. Ah, I didn't notice that. Very interesting. Okay. And then, very well played. He locks up my warriors with his own warriors. I'm like, Jesus! This high-level plays here. So I sent in my gunners to lock up his other gunners. So I'm really stopping him from taking that nest. And then I use fear. And I don't know why I did. For some odd reason, I thought that his other gunners were not locked in combat. But apparently they were? Or maybe I did. Maybe I did. Sorry, I did get them away. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they're off running in a different direction. So that's actually a good play by me. And now it's 2v1. It's my gunners and my workers against his workers. So we got this. Unfortunately, he did get the middle, which is a bit of a shame, because I think that was 50 food or 50 wood. Either way, it's 50 resources more than I've got. However, he does not have... Oh no, he does have a third. He does have a third nest. My bad. Now, I'm not speeding up my warriors because... he's got 2 gunners. So, it would be stupid to waste my resources on my warriors. I am thinking about it, but I'm good. I'm good. What, I speed up my warriors to try and take out his already dying workers? That makes no sense. And I've noticed that my wood's getting high here. But I've got the field here. And I'm wondering where his gunners are. And I find them. I'm like, ha ha, you little buggers here. Now, I'm tempted to send over my workers and everything to kill him. But I know by the time I get over here, he's going to grab that nest. So there is literally no point in me coming over here. Because he's like... Yeah, literally there's no point. I was trying to think of a way to explain that. No. There's literally no point. So... Oh, and then he fears me. I'm like, oh, but luckily, a stroke of absolute luck there. He feared me to try and stop me from, getting this to the nest. But unfortunately, my gunners were just too close to the nest and ran into it anyway. So he, in all uncertain terms, he wasted his fear. So far, that was his biggest misplay here. I think he's played this really freaking well. And now I'm starting to be attacked by his gunners, which are coming over and shooting me. Because he didn't want me to have this. Now, we each have a 4th nest. And this will be the nest that we'll both want to get our Uber units from. My hornets and his Schaefer beetles. So he's coming over. He's shooting at my gunners. I'm like, you little bugger, you. You arse! Now, I don't know if he had another power. He might have. But I'll just run in my workers here. Because I don't know if he's noticed them running towards him. Yeah, he's running away. He has no idea. So there we go. I've locked in 1. So I'm going to send in everything to go get them. I don't care if my warriors die. I just want to lock those guys up. And I realize I'm at max capacity. So I might as well just throw in the extra resources. You never know. Maybe I'll put a barrier down and just instantly speed it up. You never know when the wood will come in handy, is what I'm saying. So there we go. Shooting them. And I decided to use rage here because I want these guys dead. I was saving my rage the whole time in case his Schaefer beetles came out and surprised me. But I thought, you know what's best? If I save my workers. I'll save my workers. Oh yeah, my D-pad, my controller has this thing where it just looks at the ground or looks at the sky. So there we go. I'm like, no, kill them, don't waste your rage. And there they go, they're gone. So he's, as far as I'm aware, he's got no legions. So I may as well take this opportunity to attack this nest because I have a feeling that this is where he's going to be getting his Schaefer beetles. It should be. It should be the nest. And I have no idea. Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't, but they should be because he's already got 3 other legions. So they're occupying his other nest. So here I decide to go for food. And that's my natural progression anyway, but I thought I would just do it. And because I need the food here. So we're on the offensive now, and I'm keeping an eye out to see where his other legions are. I see him over there at his nest, and I know he has a fear. So I'm waiting for him to do it. Or do something. I'm waiting to see what his next move is. And there they are. Here comes something. Something big. Not Schaefer beetle, but something to take out my gunners. And we're about... There we go. So we're actually up 5 nests to his 3. So we're doing really good. And I see them coming over, so I send them away to heal. Just to put the distance between and also get the passive heal from a friendly nest, which is always good. And I'm waiting. I'm at tier 2 now. And I'm waiting to get these guys. And I see him going back. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. It gives me a chance to heal. And I can get my hornets. Again, it's a risky play here, but I've got all my units here. I can defend it. Whereas I was a bit spread out in the last game. And now there becomes a little bit of a ceasefire. This is really good for me because the only thing that's happening for me is that I'm getting more resources because I got more nests, working more farms, and I'm saving to get my hornets. And healing as well. So I see him there. I see him going for a little cheeky. So I waited for him to fear my legions. I knew he was going to do it, and there he goes. He did it, and then I fear him. And that's it. That was a double cancellation. Beautiful cancel. Because I knew he was going to try and take my nest back, because it's the easiest option he's got. And the most obvious. So I sent my units to go back. And he's like, ass! Because that legion could have probably taken out my nest if my other ants were occupied. And he was doubling the distance that they had to travel because they had to come back the way that they were scared. So, now I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go, dude. I've got the nests. I've got the legions. And I'm waiting for my 100 pheromones so I can speed up my hornets. And boom. There we go. So now, it's 90 resources to get my hornets, but we're looking good. I see some gunners over there. And I think I've got one unit that can be freed. And unfortunately, there come the Shafers. And I'm like, oh my god. And where did they go? They just bugger off. Very tactical. He's like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Obviously, this guy has one strategy. It's gunners, Schaefer beetles, and just apply the pressure. But no, this ain't going to work on me, buddy. I got this. So I could have withdrawn everything and try to take on the Schaefers. And what would that help? He's attacking me. He's trying to take a nest on. He's going to take one of my nests down. Really, I would just lose 2 nests. So I hold firm. I speed up my hornets. And I send my hornets to deal with the threat at home. And then everything else can take on that. I want to save that nest. I can save at least 1. In fact, actually, I can only save 1. This one was never going to be saved because my ants were never going to get over to it. So as long as I can just lock up his gunners with something, they'll stop attacking my nest. So here we go. The plays. And there we go. I'm starting to heal now. Now, I knew that nest had nothing. So, if he takes it, great. I've lost nothing. But if he takes the other one, it's a little bit of a nuisance for me. Because I think I had storage and I had, a farm on there. And I had a legion. So, it's unfortunate. It's a trade. I traded one nest for protecting one of my nests. But the great thing is, his biggest resources, what he's sped up to get, his Schaefer beetles, are below half health now, and they're in no way going to get that other nest unless he has rage. So at this point, I'm like, okay, we'll go back, we'll take that nest, and we'll regroup. I could push forward and attack his other nest, but what if... And I've already lost a legion there as well anyway, so I'm only 2 legions. And, he might get defenses on it. He might already have defenses. Knowing him, he knows that I've got hornets. He could have gunners. So I'm just going to get this nest back. I know he's probably not got any... Any upgrades on this. And what is interesting, you'll also notice, is that he switched where his Schaefer beetles were. And I use rage here just to speed taking this back up. I'm like, well, he's not going to get any units at the moment. So I send my hornets over there just to see if there's going to be anything over there that's, worth taking, possibly. And I notice he's getting a shield on his main over there. Oh, no, wait, that's my line. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, we got this back. We'll quickly get a legion. We'll get our farms. And I'm like, oh, wait, I could get wood. And I'm like, wait, this is when I realized, wait, I don't have tier 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I couldn't believe it. I lost tier 2 for a second game against this guy. I could not believe it. Because it was at that point I'm thinking, I'll just get a tier 2 warriors or something. This will be great. So now I start attacking his nest. Like, right, let's put the pressure on him. And I notice he's got gunners over there. Because if I attack this nest, he can't get out his Schaefer beetles. So yes, I'm going to lose all of this, but he can't speed it up. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll just get workers back if I can't get anything. So what's great about this is that already his nest that he has his Schaefer beetles in are a bit locked in. They can't come out right now. So it's at this point I take the opportunity to get rid of my warriors and get more workers. Because I see he's just gone ham into gunners. In fact, his nest that was workers, which now houses the Schaefers. So he doesn't have any counter. So I see he's used fear on me, which, you know, whatevs. I don't think that was a good use, really, if I'm honest, because now his gunners come over to try and chase down my gunners. My gunners are just gaining health. So I'm thinking at this point of speeding up my workers. And I also didn't realize that I have the pheromone, or I forgot I had the pheromone. So I'm thinking I'll save, because at this point I would have got them out by now. So we kill one gunner. Brilliant. We move on to the next. And again, I feel like we're doing good. But I'm very aware that I do not want to lose these hornets. So I'm keeping an eye on their health. And then I realize, oh yeah, I've got pheromones. Why haven't I done this? So here we go. And there I see the Schaefers come out. Like, oh my goodness. He sped them up. And he goes off to take the other nest there. Which I am not fussed about in the slightest. He can take those. I do not care. There's nothing in there for him to write home about. Yeah, you can take it. Good for you. I mean, for him, it's an investment because he really wants to get another nest to expand and stuff. So now I'm thinking, like, what do I do here? What am I thinking? Where are his gunners? Because I want to fear his gunners right now. Oh yeah, sorry about the stutteriness. I think it's the way I've set up my recording software. I think it uses the wrong drive. The same drive that's using the graphics is also using the recording, so I'll switch that up later. And there you go, he's taking it, but good for him, I suppose. Now it's 4 nest v 4 nest. But it depends. And there I see, that's where his gunners went. They went to take on this, and this I'm worried about because I don't have tier 2 and I also can't get back my hornets. So I'm thinking about using fear, and I can use fear there, but it's not worth it. I'm not bothered about fear. He sent his gunners to attack mine, and then I think... Oh, I've locked him up. There you go. I've locked him up. So I'm about to take on his gunners, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Unless he has rage, there's no way that he's going to take on this nest. No way. It's got too much health, and I've got 3 legions coming over, as well as the hornets. Again, hornets are doing damage while also regaining health. Which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've got fear. I've got rage. And I probably could be investing into some other powers if I wanted to. So here we go. I think, do I use rage? I think I want to use rage here. Also at the same time, I'm thinking maybe I should just save it. This, by far, was one of the toughest matches I've ever faced. The way he... Normally in this game, when something doesn't go their way, they often, you know, resign. Like, they're like, oh, well, there you go. I rage quit. But this guy just keeps on going, and his strategies are really well-founded. And I've maxed out my wood again, but you know what? I'm like, oh, he's going to try and take that nest back, but... Oh, he's not trying to take the nest, he's just putting gunners over there. And you know what? I'll get some passive damage off while everything else can try and take on his remaining here. And that's when I use the rage. I'm like, right, okay, let's see if we can take this out. If I can take this out, and look at him, he's like, oh god! Because he knows. And unfortunately, oh, what a shame to be afraid, So I know that the chances of me taking this out right now, oh, it's 50-50. It's below half health, but I'm about to lose a legion, and the rage is also about to go off. So I lose a legion when it's only got a quarter left. So it's pretty good, but I see the workers over there, and I get them back. Or his gunners, sorry, are coming back. And then he's sped up his other... He's using every resource to try and hold on to this. Oh. And when he brings in his other gunners, amazing play. Look at that. He just locks everything up before I take that nest. Just before I take that nest. I'm like, no! But there's nothing I can do. I've only got 2 legions, and he can lock them up with his 2 legions. So that... Oh, by the skin of his teeth. He keeps this nest alive. And I lose another one. And he scared away a worker legion there. So he's off looking at what's coming from my end and scaring it. And luckily, I think my closest legion I've just got back. So that's okay by me. And of course, my hornets haven't died yet. They are MVPs of this game right now. Doing so freaking good. I maxed out wood and I'm not too fussed. Like, maybe I could have just invested that in defense on something, and looking back, yeah, hindsight, 100%. Should have done that. And there we go. And he's got defense. He's just got some defenses on that. And here they go. So he's lost all his legions, all his 3 gunners. I think he had 3 gunners. Yeah, he definitely had 3 gunner legions because he just got that from his 4th nest. But this is the legion I need to take down. Sorry, this nest right here. If I take down this nest, we are good. Because these house his Schaefer beetles. I mean, he could try and build them on a different nest. And there you have it. Oh, he knew. I think that nest had not only his Schaefer beetles, but his tier 2. But look at that. Look at the amount of points I get for this guy. Ridiculous. I bet he's on 5,000 or something. Something so high. So what I decided to do here was just showcase how he played, how I played, so you can get a comparison if that's something you're interested in. But man, that was so touch and go. I was wondering who got to tier 2 quicker. I feel like he did, because he's got his 3rd nest here, and I think he knew going into it exactly what resources were in the middle, so that determined, there you go, he's getting food, so he would have got probably wood, and he's got 250. Still tier 2. Maybe he's probably spent it. I'm not sure. But I think he got it before me. I think he did. That tier 2. Look how quick he got that. Right there, tier 2. Now, I got it then, but he got tier 2 in his other nest at the top there. That was ballsy. Wow. Wow. That screwed him. No wonder it took him ages to get his Schaefers out. I mean, I lost my tier 2 there, but I was already getting my hornets at that point. I think he must have just got tier 2, ran to his other nest and got Schaefers. Because this whole, or the rest of the game, he never got tier 2 again, I don't think. He just had them in that nest. So once I took that nest from him, that was it. He would have to buy back tier 2. So we both got knocked back down to tier 1 straight away. And then it was a case of holding on to our Uber nest, which I never had a threat. Like, he tried to go for my other ones. If I was him, I would have used my Schaefer beetles to just beat down in the middle. But for some odd reason, he thought he would take out my nest. Which, I think that was probably his misplay. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, oh my god. Whew, I'm not playing this game for another year. I think that was it. I'd be the best player. I'm happy with that. But until next time, guys, enjoy the video, leave a like. I'll see you later. Oh, bye-bye.